This is Justin Amazon on Tuesday, June 5th, 2018, and another very bullish day on Amazon. This day, so we've been looking at the last few days, seeing that the previous day's high was a new support, and that worked the last couple of days here. Previous high, new support, good place to buy. But today, well, the lows from today, the support from today, didn't really come quite as far down to yesterday's highs, except for pre-market on that candle, which would have been really difficult to buy off of or to buy options off of. And so, yeah, you would have had to trade this one a little bit differently. What's nice is you had a very indecisive candle, high wave candle to open, inside candle, after it, another inside candle from the original. So 15 minutes of this consolidation at open. And we don't really want to buy a breakout at an all-time high. We want to buy the retest. So even though that would have worked to break out, I mean, it would have been maybe an R, a little bit of a gain. But the other thing I'm seeing here is some resistance here pre-market and some resistance way up here pre-market that then did push through. And then it established a new support here, close to this, and then came almost down to it again, and then actually did bounce off it here. And so you want to look for something that actually plays out as a support during the day, because we got to trade it a little differently, or trade it by looking for that support to pull back here, and it just didn't come down to 1665. Had you bought off of this support, off of this low at 1678.31, you would have been filled over here, 1678.06 and 05. Wow. 1 penny off from being tweezer bottom candles, and that would have really worked well to buy there with a stop conservatively below the low of the day, a little less conservatively below this breakout candle. Because if it's taken out that candle, something else is going on. It didn't come near that. And then very quickly would have been able to move your stop up here once it did this consolidation. Move it to here. Once it breaks out again and just flags and continues, then you move your stop here. Lock in some at the high of the day here. Then it continue moving up. Retest to there, which means, okay, move your stop up to here. And you just trailed your stop up all day. Maybe you even had your stop as close as maybe below that bearish candle and you didn't get stopped out here. Or maybe you're just done with that bullish run, got out anywhere up here as it goes sideways thinking, you know what, 1700 is a good target. Maybe I'll wait till that. Maybe I'll take a little below it. That's what we were doing. They were selling right under 1700, which is just crazy to see that on the daily. I mean, with earnings, after earnings, we pulled back into the high 1500s, and then to be already up close to 1700 this soon after this. And I mean, after this kind of moved down, we're at 1350 back in April. It's June. In 2 months, it moved a massive amount. I don't even know how much that is percentage-wise. What's flashed on the screen here is this triangle. One of them. There's that one, and there's two here. There's this one, which we're just getting into the target range of. And there's let's see, this one. That was the bearish one. Where's the bullish one? There you go. There's both of them. We're right into the target area of both of these triangles. It's totally playing out. It's totally working, going off of that triangle, that retest double bottom, retest of a neckline, sort of just consolidation here, and this should have been another triangle. I don't know why the Thinkorswim didn't show it. In the 4 hour, we're seeing the same thing here with just a little more granular to that breakout, but just that rally there. And then let's see what the hourly is doing. No triangles here. I'm looking for triangles. I'm looking for that that sideways consolidation. I can't quickly. Let me do 2 hour. I just want to see 2 hour. See if that shows anything. No, it doesn't. Okay. We'll go back to daily. and zoom way back. I mean, even look at this. Back in 2013, consolidating in the 300s. I mean, anybody who bought anywhere ever is profitable. All-time highs. I don't want to go that far in. Even this, we're plugging away around 1,000 in this area. Just continued moving up, and these massive candles, and we still took them out within a few weeks. And then this consolidation, this sideways triangle, we're way above that. Just phenomenal if you've been buying anywhere in here. So come back into the daily. Let's say you were to buy the low here. Let's say you bought the low on that candle at 1040 on a call. So this is the 1650 calls we were looking at yesterday and the amount of money you made there. But if we zoom out now, if you just held on to one of them, I mean, look at this. The option more than doubled. I don't know that we would have been trading this one, buying for $3,200 up here, $3,300, something like that. I would not be doing that. So maybe someday. The 1675 calls, could have been buying that up here. That would have been nice. So buy at 16 with a stop at 15. That barely would have worked. Let's see, look at the 80. Maybe that'll do a little better. No, it still came down a little more. 85. Just looking for an option that tries to hold a low here, and maybe it's actually further away. So I'm going another way. Let's try 65. That would have been closer. Buying at about 2200. Stop at 2100. That would have worked. So the 65. That's still really expensive for a single contract. The 1700. I mean, you would have had to adapt the setup. Looking to get in on this low. This would have been a setup to buy at 6 and stop down at 5. That would have maybe worked, maybe stopped out. Just lost a lot of premium as this just chopped sideways on the options and chopped around sideways on the stock, and just lost premium because of a gap up, extra premiums in it, and just trying to suck in more buyers of the calls when it's still going up, and then it pulls back, and you get stopped out on a call when it wasn't the right time to buy on its way up. You got to buy it as it's pulling back into support, buy at support. Even if you had waited to this consolidation and bought the lows through here, oops, that would have been buying, again, set up with a stop at, or a trigger at 6 and a stop down at 5, and taking that up. I mean, that would have been, could have easily just held on to that for 6 by 5, almost $8, around $8, something like that. I mean, or 8R, excuse me, $800 if you had a risk of $100. Taking some profit as it got up to the high in the options, right up here. So, stop or target at 9, take off something, or take off all of it. That's already 3R. And then if you just held on a little more, I mean, trailing your stop, taking a little profit as it goes, that's a phenomenal trade to make something on the calls. On the puts, there's nothing really bearish about this. Maybe somebody saw a triple bottom, sort of quad, I don't even know what that would be. Saw some highs, rejecting a high, rejecting a high. Okay, it's going to sell off. Maybe something like that. Looking for that to continue lower. That's the only thing bearish. And I haven't even looked at any of these puts to see, really what the trade could have been. I mean, maybe something there. There's just nothing bearish going on in this. So, yeah, that would have been today. Buying at 9, 850, no, not even 850. 855 over there. Buying it I mean 9 probably. 9 by 8. Could flip that out, but I mean it only got up. Well, it got up to 11. So 9 by 8, that would have been actually 2R. I'm actually surprised that it moved 2R bearish, but I mean it did. Oops, it did move a few bucks here. So if people thought, all right, get on, go bearish, and that's what's great about this candle right here at 1040. This candle took out this low, this looking like a tweezer bottom-ish, didn't continue higher. This starts to be your signal saying, oh man, we're going to roll over. Even this consolidation stair step breaking bearish. Okay, it's going bearish, wait for the retest, and it doesn't roll over. But then from the bullish perspective, we're relative lows on these, and then we're making a little bit of a higher low, lower high to here, even waiting on this consolidation, which if we connected the dots, connected the highs and lows. Let's see. Now, if you're looking at it like this, right here, you got some lower highs, some higher lows, maybe connect back over to this, and you're like, okay, this could go either way. It could really go either way. It looked like it was starting to. I mean, 2 candles back. Right there, it's like, oh, there's your high, here's your tweezerish top, stair step through here, it's getting ready to break. And then, okay, it's breaking bearish, get in bearish. There may have been some people doing that. And then it retests, and then you want it to go bearish and take out this low. And what does it do? Inside, and then it breaks bullish. So, just hard to trade at an all-time high when you don't want to be that guy that bought at the all-time high. What like this was, somebody bought here at 1686.94. Somebody bought there, somebody sold there. The person who bought there may have been stopped out. Very well have been stopped out, and then their trade would have worked. So this is just more confirmation that okay, it's bullish. It broke out. Now we're doing another stair step at the same level here. Get your stop cinched up, and it just continues. And then it's like, all right, we're continuing. Stop right here, lock in something at new all-time highs. All of this. Just a phenomenal move today. Just go through these candles and see, would you have traded this consolidation at the open bullish right out of that? Is that enough of a rest? Do your rules let you trade that? 15-minute consolidation here, take the breakout. Do you need a retest? This is a nice consolidation. I draw a box real quick. Let's see. Oh, where are we? So this consolidation through here. I mean, that's a nice sideways consolidation on all of that range, and something that you can wait for that to do something. It broke out. I mean, it even retested here. If we draw something a little bigger, let's see. I drew it to the actual high, close enough to high, and then let's see. Does that actually touch? It's really close. The low is 1687, and the high is 1686.94. 6 cents difference. And didn't quite exactly get there. 6 cents off. So, anyway, I don't have too much more other than, wow, that's bullish. And I mean, this is now, I think 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles, bullish candles in a row. A few bullish retest gaps that retested or paused at the open. It cannot continue doing this forever. I also don't want to say this is the last bullish candle in a row. We've seen, like bullish retest, bullish retest, bullish retest, bullish retest. We've seen those almost in a row. Back here, this one actually gapped down, looked like a bearish gap and go, and then rallied. And we haven't guess we have that here. So this was a bearish gap and go, rallied, bullish retest, typical gap, bullish retest, bullish retest, bullish retest. I mean, it'd be great for it to hit 1700 and continue. We're only 5 bars into the squeeze. It could very well continue a few more days. Weekly, weekly, that's a long time. Our open on the week was above that high. Just look at the levels here. It's like, wow, that's a bullish retest on the weekly. And we get those occasionally. And here we got it, and here we got it. We did actually retest way down low on that one. Slight one here, slight one here, retest a little bit. But this is a really nice consolidation. This is 4 weeks of a stair step that's breaking bullish. It would be nice to have a retest. Still incredible to have a retest into the low 1600s and then bounce. Anything like that would totally work. And I mean, this is just a phenomenal move here. We came back into the 21 on that pullback, and we're continuing. So please do not buy at the open on a bullish retest up here. Just wait. Please wait a little bit. Don't be, let's see, where are we at? Don't be this guy who bought, you know, right up here and then it came crashing back down and you get stopped out. Don't be the person buying at the high on any of these. It can work. I'm not saying it's not going to work. It's just, if that's how you're trading it, there's better ways to trade it. So let's look for some pullbacks. We got, so let's see, a slight squeeze going into the close, even after hours. Just some consolidation up here, similar to yesterday, with a slight upward bend. There you go. If this gaps up again, look for a pullback into 1700. Better yet, look for a pullback into 1687 to buy off of the previous highs. Or, I mean, if we come down to 1665, that's a great place to buy also. Start looking at the where the moving average is in here. Yeah, so likely this would be around 1665 tomorrow, if that were to, or even higher, if they were to come down that far. So, anyway, that's tonight's video, and we'll see what it does tomorrow. If we do have a gap down below some of these key levels, so if it does take out like all of this, let's see if we go over the hourly again. Oops, that's the 4 hour. Go back to the hourly. Yeah, that's unsustainable. Cannot do this. If we take out some of these lows on a gap, it's going to trap some folks who just got on. And some folks will be trapped and be selling, and others will be thinking, oh, it's a great opportunity to buy. It's a pullback, and it's something that you want to wait for some consolidation, stair step on a smaller time frame, and to move with some conviction with some volume. So look for some of these values to be taken out. It's possible with a gap down. We've been incredibly bullish since we had some of these squeezed in here, and I haven't turned off the after hours to see what it really looked like. So if I remember how to do that real quick. It's this one. That one. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's even more. It's even more stronger. That's even stronger. It's a lot of bullish candles moving up. So yeah, this could definitely retest back down into 1665 and be bought off of this exponential. That'd be a great place for it to buy. Even a little bit lower, there's probably some more exponentials you could add on your own chart to say, hey, you know, this should pull back. Here's an S curve by, you know, by the low in that S curve. The last pause we had was really back here. Was that last week, Tuesday, after the holiday? That was the last time we really paused, went sideways, and then after that we've just, I mean, that indecision on an hourly broke out, retested, and just rallied from there. So look for some of these time frames, these you know, like the hour. Look for the bigger time frames, hourly, daily, to identify good places to pull back, and then step into a position. Maybe not get in everything all at once. Be able to add to your position later. So if you're doing options, you know, go with something that's an absolute zero, where you've got the full option value into the trade would be a good thing to do mid to late week, and setting that up as your R and letting it move, because there'll be some trades that works really well. It'd be great to catch one of those on a Friday. Today and a Tuesday still would have been a great place to buy something, but it would have been really far out of the money. And my guess is that 1700 was a pretty good magnet for the way it moved. So we'll switch this back to the 5 minutes, so we're ready. Oh my gosh, the after hours back on. We're ready for tomorrow's video. But you can see these nice consolidations close to the open. Consolidation, false breakdown, consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout. It's actually interesting to see the wider range on this one today than the previous 2 days, you know, near the open. But there's a lot more people in here either taking profits or shorting from this level, thinking that's far enough. But it really just built into a great consolidation here, and then a breakout that actually happened earlier than the squeeze triggered it. But with the squeeze there, that would have been just more confirmation to say, okay, hold this a little bit longer, hold it till you're uncomfortable, and you'll see how that's going to work. So, chart set up for another video, another day, and this is how we usually look at things. So I hope you enjoyed this one. This is just AMZN. Thanks.